for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter on your client's charge of larceny, and counsel adds to the arraignment.
Your Honor, I would say to my client, the nature of the charges, she understands them. All maximum penalties involved, and she understands that. She's been advised of her rights. She signed an advice of rights form, understanding those. Your Honor, thereby we waive formal reading today's stand mute as to plead not guilty for arraignment purposes.
Please, the court will waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment, and as to the pretrial, ma'am, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from testimony about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and count on, as to the pretrial counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, as to pretrial, my client wishes to avail herself of the offer. She will plead guilty to the amended charge of disorderly conduct. I've explained to my client what that in fact means. And if the court accepts that plea, then the original charge will be dismissed on the prosecutor's motion. In addition, Your Honor, we're asking this matter to be taken, if she qualifies, I believe she will, pursuant to section 771.1, and I've advised my client and explained to her what the nature of that is. So with that, Your Honor, we leave it to the court's examination.
All right, and so, ma'am, you heard the plea that was placed on the record, a very generous plea, quite frankly. And as to the amended charge of disorderly conduct, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I need you to speak up, please.
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand all of those rights.
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand by entering into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights.
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court or administrative agency.
Yes, ma'am.
No, and you also understand what the 771 status is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel, I'm not sure that she's going to be eligible. She had a matter in 2016. So I'm just letting you know that I don't know that, and it was also larceny.
It was also nollie pros, Your Honor.
No, there was also one, there was a delayed sentence. There were two in 2016. One was March, nollie pros. The other one was delayed sentence under 771 on the 23rd. That was from September.
Also 2016?
2016, yes, just so you're aware, counsel.
I understand, Your Honor.
That your client's not going to be eligible under 771.1. Knowing all that, ma'am, do you want to continue with your plea?
Did you say you were going to, it's a possibility she would not be eligible, Your Honor?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you understand that, ma'am? After you interview with the probation department, you may not be eligible for that consideration. That's going to be up to the court ultimately. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, ma'am.
And any immigration issues?
No, ma'am.
Counsel, if you can please pardon your client.
All right, Ms. Bolton-Hubble, on February 14, 2025, approximately 1:22 p.m., were you in the city of Riverview in a public place?
Yes.
In fact, you were found yourself on the properties of two different homeowners that live in Riverview, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you were there without their permission, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you went and more or less trespassed on their property and moved and rearranged and took some things that did not belong to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that that disturbed the good order and peace of the neighborhood in a public place, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, the court is also satisfied that the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. As to bond, the court will dismiss the original charge
Thank you, Your Honor.
per the plea agreement, and as I stated, ma'am, you received a very generous offer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, as to bond, my client's not on probation or parole. She's widowed. She works 1 to 2 days tops cleaning her doctor's office. She's under her doctor's care. She brought, her daughter brought her here today. And Your Honor, I think if the court would examine the police report, you'd see that the conduct that she had, I think, was for the wrong reason. She tried to comfort herself at a time that she was having a bad time. That's certainly not the way to do it. She understands that now, Your Honor. All the property's been returned. There is, we will take this up in sentencing, of course, but the prosecutor did have contact with the alleged victims as an officer of the court. I can state that one victim has no restitution demand, the other victim asked for $95. And my client has no objection to that, but she would pay that over the period of the probationary period. Is that correct, ma'am?
But the property was returned?
All the other things were returned, yeah.
Oh, that one was not returned.
Well, it was damaged slightly, so the victim feels that she's not able to have it adequately displayed anymore. But we have no objection to the restitution.
It's a very unusual case. I don't know why somebody would think they'd go into somebody else's property and remove items or even move things around.
I agree, Your Honor, it's an unusual case. It even found its way on Facebook.
Well, that's apparently how somebody found her. That's how she was determined who the person was.
Yes.
And you're working at a doctor's office, and who's to say that you're not taking things from the doctor's office? You're taking people's information, ma'am. Ma'am, you can go step outside. You can go step outside. My concern is, given you have a prior larceny conviction,
I do not,
out of the court.
Go ahead, ma'am, what were you saying?
I do not make a practice of that at all. Ever since February 3rd, 2020, my son, I found dead in a camp in the backyard, so I just lost my mind a little bit temporarily.
I can understand that, ma'am. I can understand that. But
But as far as my job and my doctors, I have no insurance, and I've been seeing him for over a decade and a half, and he lets me pay cash to see him. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night without dreaming, because I can't dream. And I appreciate him to the beyond the fullest, so I wouldn't even phantom doing anything.
okay,
I've had the job for going on 2 years now, so,
okay.
And that's her only source of income, is that correct, ma'am?
yes, and I'm the only one that cleans.
And that's your only source of income?
Yes,
Do you get any government assistance?
no,
You don't get any social security?
nope. Not for 3 more years from my husband.
And so you're able to survive on just 2 days a week?
My house is paid for.
And so, ma'am, you don't even live in Riverview, you just happen to be over there?
I was coming home from a friend's house in Grosvenor.
Right, but that doesn't typically take you through the neighborhoods.
I was coming down Sibley Road and had glanced over and made a horrible mistake.
The court's going to order a $7,500 personal bond with the following bond conditions. You're not to have any contact with Denise Acker or Donna Schimmel. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. You're not to go to the home on Matthew Street.
I'm not going to anybody's home.
And then we will see you back on your sentencing date. You're going to go over to probation, you're gonna copy your bond conditions, you're gonna copy of your date to return for your pre-sentence interview, as well as your packet of information to fill out with that and your sentencing date. Okay?
Okay,
Thank
Good
you, Your
luck to
Honor.
you, ma'am.
thank you.